and welcome everybody to the home of online motorsport here at vrroom.org. My name is Dave Higgins. I'm going to take you through round 3 of the Toyota 86 base model event here, or a league in Division 1, the tuned league. We are at Twin Rim Motegi as part of the Japanese leg. We've been to Fuji for round 1 and Suzuka for round 2. I'll take you through those results in a moment, guys. Twin Rim Motegi, what can I tell you about it? If I get the stats up there, it's a real-life world track, of course. There are 3 configurations for this circuit, or 4 actually, I think. As you can see, we've got a track temperature of 21 degrees, track length is 2.98 miles, elevation difference of nearly 100 feet, and the longest straight is 0.47 mile long. It's a very technical little circuit, but it is quite a quick little circuit with several bends. So let's have a look at what happened actually in the S2000 League last month. I've not been able to bring that to you, unfortunately, just through time constraints, but Green was victorious over Ed Dokas, only just, may I add. But Green takes that title in the S2000s if you were watching those. I only did up to round 4, unfortunately, on that one. So without further ado, let's have a quick look at what happened in the other 2 rounds before we go through and watch round 3. Okay, so round 1 was held at Fuji. It was 9 laps on the 5th of the 10th, 2014, kicking off at 8 PM this one after a 5-minute qualifying session. Green was on pole, as you can see, sideways to the left there, and then Slash in the silver car just behind. So that was your top 3. Now, Green held it into the first corner. As you can see them all there braking beautifully. But unfortunately outbraked yourself on the opening lap, which gave Sideways the lead. That was down into the bottom hairpin. Now you need to keep an eye out, guys, for this guy here. The Brazilian Pajero absolutely drove through the field, absolutely stonking performance here, and he was catching them up, and as you can see there, it was 3 by 3. I think this one on lap 4, so that's pretty good stuff. He caught up lovely, but there was only going to be one winner, and eventually it was Sideways on the top spot, followed by Green, followed by the Brazilian. And then moving on to round 2 at Suzuka, which was 8 hard-fought laps here after 6-minute qualifying session. We had on pole position Slash, followed by Sideways, followed by Lord. So Sideways being very consistent with his pace there. Green had dropped back a little bit to 4th there, I think, if you can see on the picture. Slash did hold it into the first corner, as you see there. They going around the first corner, approaching the S-curves up toward the Dunlop curve. Very famous, just at the Grand Prix there, of course. There's a picture of them going around the mid-hairpin, but eventually Slash started to drop back through the field, unluckily enough. A few little incidents and mistakes. But again, the Brazilian, Pajero, catching him nicely there. Sideways, however, took the win, so another very consistent performance from Pure GT Sideways, so very well played to him. The podium result was exactly the same. It was Sideways, followed by Green, followed by Pajero, so nice consistency from the Brazilian guy. You want to watch out for him. He's doing a very, very good job indeed. One of my top tips for the season, ladies and gentlemen. So let's just move on now and have a look at the actual car itself. So this is the weapon of choice for this month's Division 1 in the league. It's a tuned GT86 base model race car. Here we're looking at VR DMGH32s, hence 32 on the side. It's quite a well balanced car. It's front engine, rear wheel drive, about 280 odd horsepower, but that's capped, of course. No turbos and no stage 3 tunes or anything like that. Sport soft tyres is the compound that we must run on, and you can tune the vehicle, but I have to say, after the mistakes that I made in the first 2 rounds, there's not much point. It's quite well balanced. You might want to do a little tweak here and there, but I think running something like a normal sort of setup, you know, a normal, default setup will be a lot better. So it's a very good looking car and should bring some good races. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this one pans out. Okay, so time for the grid walk. After 5 minutes of hard qualifying at Twin Rim Motegi, here's how the grid panned out. On pole position, after getting his setup sorted from the last 2 races, is DM, number 32 there on the right, followed by GT Sideways. On the next row is Green, followed by Slash. On the 3rd row there, we have Pajero, the very quick Brazilian, followed by Ankara, doing a very good job actually, keeping pace up. Next up we have Lord on the right, followed by Hobnob. And on nearly the last row there, we've got Fabia, followed by Freddy. and the poor Ginobili right at the back, which is very unusual. I'm surprised to see Ginobili that far down. I'm going to have to find out what went off there. I'll bring you reports as soon as I know them. So, we have 8 laps to go at Twin Ring Montegi here. DM on pole, Green behind, sideways. I'm wondering how the likes of Freddie and Ginobili are going to get on. It's unusual to see him so far back in the pack. But then again, DM was down there himself. DM's looking and gunning for this, flashing those lights. I can see on the car. So is Green, so is sideways. When the lights change, we're going to see a load of smoke and off they go. Away they go. Rear wheel spin there from DM. Sideways, DM chopping off sideways. Ankara and Pagerio making a very good start. Slash is tucking in nicely too around the first corner. Very difficult first turn this one, to be honest with you. Not the easiest to get round. So as they're going down the second straight now, it's all to play for. The cars are very, very close behind. And I'm wondering whether DM will be able to maintain the lead, because obviously Sideways has won the past two rounds, so there's no doubt in his pace at all. DM a lot more comfortable with his setup this time. A little flash of the lights from Sideways there. I think that was from a nudge up the bum. So it's Sideways just holding off from Green and Slash in the background there. So under the bridge for the first time, DM managing to hold off. Let's just see if we can change the view slightly. We'll just go back in the pack a little bit more, because I want to watch the young Brazilian, Pagerio, already making a move on Slash on the outside. He's got a feisty little racing characteristic, this chap, and I like the sort of gunmetal colour of his car, or the dark and black. Number 3 there, challenging number 9, and he's going for it. I think he's going to get Slash. He's nearly come off a couple of cars. Did Ankara nearly came off there? So that little bit of a fracas has meant that he didn't actually take Slash, unfortunately, but he's holding a very good 5th place. DM going defensive down into the hairpin at the bottom. Sometimes it's just worth listening to the engines. So we're on board with Pagerio, fantastic sound there. I want to see how in the background how Freddie is getting on, because he's got Ginobili behind him, and Ginobili and Freddie are disappointingly off the pace, which is unusual for them. There's a lot of lockups going off into the bottom off-camber corner there. I'm wondering why they're not quite as on pace, because they're both very good fast drivers, so it's surprising really, but that's what these seasons throw up. You never really know where you stand until you go into the first raid. It's a bit of kick of oversteer there from Freddie, to be honest with you. So we'll go back to the leaders as we're looking at GT. Sideways and Green and DM have now pulled a gap out from Slash. So DM leading only just from Sideways, who gets a kick of oversteer there as they come down on lap 2 now. DM not going defensive too much here, to be honest with you. A very difficult corner to overtake on. The tendency there is the cars drift wide and end up on the outside of the track, which is well dodgy. But I think in the meantime, Pagerio, yes, he has. The lad himself, the Brazilian, like I said, one to watch. He's pulled himself into a very good 4th place and he's chasing down the leaders now. That means he's now Slash. So Slash, yeah, is behind him. So he did eventually get past and pull through very neat and tidy as he goes round there. And I wonder if he can catch the lead 3 cars, actually. He certainly looks like he's pulling a bit of a gap out from on the lead 3 cars side by side there in the distance, but he's pulling a gap out from Slash. Slash will need to compose himself. A little bit of oversteer and understeer from Pagerio as he goes round. But I wonder if he can pull in a good result here. Ankara and Fabia close, and Pure GT Lord was there as well, I think. A little bit of a lock of the front left from Ankara as he goes round the one of the middle hairpin corners there. So on with the leaders again. We've still got DM leading only just from Pure GT Sideways and Mr. Green. There's Pagerio now. Slash has caught him, but this is the battle, and it's going 3 by 3 down into the bottom corner. This is an off-camber braking zone, so let's hope the boys behave themselves. Who's going to back out first? And it is DM first on the brakes, followed by Green, followed by Sideways. A little bit of a nudgy argy-bargy, but Green's got the lead. But DM now has got the speed advantage, because I think Green runs slightly wide there. So this certainly is living up to be everything we thought it would be. Time to get the information and display on, I think, so we can see who's where. On the right-hand side, you may see the listing. So if I run through that for the moment, as we see side by side again, DM defending from Green. Green really desperate to get a win, and he's and then sideways now. It's 3x3 as they exit. Oh man, unbelievable stuff, and it's still almost 3x3 now. Will DM cover off the inside line to stop Green going down the inside of him? It's hard to say, but it would be worth potentially looking on the back of DM's car here. So we're on the rear wing of DM, we've got Pure GT sideways and tight tucked behind him, we've got Green. Now DM's staying on the right hand side of the circuit. Yeah, I know it's the left on your screen, but it's the right hand side of the circuit, and that's sideways going right, trying to go around the outside. A little tap from Green, but he survived it, but that's meant DM pull back, and in the background actually I can see that Slash has got Pajero again. So Slash now trying to catch up to these guys, and it's a very, very close ensuing battle between Ankara and Fabia, I think. So if I go into Ankara's car, actually, as always close as I don't want to break away from this, but I'm gonna, because here again we've got side by side Pure GT Lord and Freddy Cat's in there as well, and that's Fabia in the background. So this is close stuff here, and they're giving each other plenty of respect and plenty of room. That's what you get here at VR Room, plenty of respect, plenty of room. So fantastic shot there. If we go to the front of this car, and we've got Pajero. So we're on the roof of Ankara, who's trying to go down the inside of Pajero. And in the distance you can see again it's side-by-side stuff for the lead. This is a very heavy braking zone, and I wonder if Ankara will wind the thing up and stick his nose out. He's getting sucked into the slipstream, so will he just poke one out? No, he's backed out of it. But the leaders, in the meantime, are all over the place. DM still keeping the lead, only just from Green and from GT sideways. We're on lap 3 of 8. I'm going to check the stats and the fastest laps in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. But if you're liking what you're seeing, please get down to vrroom.org, the home of online motorsport. And if you would like @_digital_Dave and follow, that would be fantastic. And also, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel on whatever device you're watching. DM, kick of oversteer there as the exits. GT sideways running slightly wide. Now Slash is catching. He is catching, he's pulling that gap. So in a minute, I think, ladies and gents, because these are battling, we're going to see a 4-way ding-dong for the lead here. Puff of smoke from both of those tyres, side by side again for Green and DM. Very skillful racing, not to touch each other, but that's why they're here in VR Room. But actually, Green's lost that place now to sideways. So sideways trying to kick, trying to go defensive, and I think he's touched DM. And he spun. I thought he was going to spin DM. A little bit of maybe an outbreak there from GT sideways, or a very late start. DM certainly didn't anticipate that one happening, I don't think, but he's managed to hang on to it. Some very skillful corrective steering had to be done, but he did it, and that's put Green there. Now, here we go, because Slash, just like I said, is on the back of him now. Pajero is still holding 5th, and it's still very tight between Fabia, Pure GT Lord, and Ankara. And Ankara's having a go at Pajero in the background. To be fair, let's have a quick look at that. Can Pajero hold him off? Ankara looking quite strong in this race, to be honest with you. Where did he qualify? Let me just check that again. Ankara qualified 6th, and he's holding 6th, so he's about where he should be, but he's looking very handy. Pajero maybe not putting in the performance that I thought he would do here. But hang on, we're going to have another ding-dong here. Let's get straight back on with those leaders, because if we go on board with Green's car, please get off the black screen. If we go on with Green's car, it is side by side. DM defending. Green got his nose just ahead, but DM's on the inside line. And I think Sideways has lost it in the background. What happened to Sideways? Where is he? No, he's still there just... Hang on, we're on with DM, I beg your pardon. Sideways has been nabbed by Slash. So, but it's side by side, and he's got him back. Slash, a massive kick of oversteer as he exits onto the pit straight on lap 4 of 8. So some unbelievably close racing here. Now Green has got the lead from DM. Can DM do anything about this? Excuse me. I do want to have... We're on lap 5 of 8 now, and DM again winding the thing up here. He's very close in that slipstream. We have got a heavy braking area here where DM could overtake, but Green's placed his car exactly where it needs to be. DM will try to maybe go for the cutback, which means get the power down slightly earlier. You know, that wider entrance to the corner. But again, he's not done it, but hasn't got any kind of an overrun on speed as we see them fly past. It's very close in the background as well. DM not bothering even to tuck in, he's going on the outside now. This will have to be a cutback move if DM's going to do it. Green's line will be slightly compromised into the corner because of the tighter apex. And if DM can get that power down, and he has got a little bit of an overspeed there. Is it side by side entering the first right-hander? It is, so DM has managed to get an overspeed, but Green is on the inside now for the corner, so DM will have to stay wide and again try another cutback. So he is doing, you can see him drop back in there. And he's got the overspeed again. Will he be able to take it round the outside? No way, surely not. But oh no, he has! My goodness me, that gives him the inside. What a superb move. We've got GT sideways off in the background, and DM is took him 3 corners, but he's managed to try to get that place back. But then he's immediately victim of another cutback from Green. Fantastic. Now Slash up into 3rd place, chasing these guys down. Sideways has made another mistake. I think either that or a bit of a touch. But he's going to fall back into Bejerio's hands there, who is holding off from Ankara. I just want to see what the guys at the back are doing, if there's any close racing there. Mental Hobnob Freddy is right in there. Where's Genobi? Actually, where's Genobi gone? Oh, it looks like Genobi's pulled out in the pits. I don't know what happened, and my apologies, Genobi. I can't rewind that and find out. That's a great shame for Genobi, though. He obviously didn't want to carry that one on for whatever reason. Answers on the forum, please. We'd love to find out what did happen there. I'll try and have a word with him in the paddock later on, maybe. So Freddie's holding his own from Pure GT Lord. So back on board with the leaders. Is it still having a ding-dong? And it is still DM trying to get... Oh, and he's gone through the inside on Green. Slash is definitely catching now. So it's DM back in the lead from Green. And Slash is not far off at all. Now will Green try the cutback? Let's just have a look here on the rear of DM's car again. So Green and Slash. What we'll do as well as we look at Green going for it there. And I think he's taken him, to be honest with you. Let's have a look. And he has. There's the front of Green's car. But DM is on the inside. Not the best view, this one. I'm just trying to see what happens. We'll have to go back to the replay camera to see who outbreaks who. Slash is definitely going to be on this one. He's right up the backside of DM now, and with Green. Bejerio catching Pure GT sideways, looking very handy on lap 6 of 8. Now the fastest lap is Slash. That's not surprising. He's been moving up that field, and he's looking very handy for a good podium here. In the meantime, as you've seen there, Green has just switched places with DM again. It's a 2:10 from Slash. Nobody is in that pace whatsoever, so that's fantastic stuff. As we go back to the full view, oh, sideways again in frustration. What is happening? The 2-time winner from the last 2 races is under a lot of pressure here. There we go. And I've just figured out I can flick between cars without getting the thingy up. There we go, I'll do it again. You live and learn, gentlemen. Bejerio having a good old stab at sideways. They touch and oh no! Sideways is off. That is a rewind moment, I'm afraid. We're going to go on board with sideways. Roof view at the front. In fact, we won't. We'll go on the exterior view. No. We'll go with... Hang on. We'll go with the... the Bejerio. Did he have room for this overtake? Let's have a look. It's a long, big stab. Oh, dear. I'd say that's a big miscalculation there from Bejerio. I'll be honest with you guys. That was a big, big stab, and I think... he's picked up damage, and is he waiting there for sideways? He's slowing down. I think he may well be, and he is. Yeah, out of an apology. Well played, Bejerio. Yeah, well played indeed. He's letting sideways get past, and I think he realises he did outbrake himself there. So never mind. It's all good, fair, and above board and legal. So. Nice respectful driving that from Bejerio. He was too far back to have the start, but hey ho, we've all outbraked ourselves before, and I don't think anyone can blame sideways for not anticipating that one. I mean, he just steered in and took his racing line, so definitely a fault from Bejerio, but he's put it right as much as humanly possible. I'm sure potentially the marshal might be having a look at it after the race, see if there are any penalties there, but I think, oh, kick of oversteer from DM as he chases Slash down. But we'll just have to see what happens with that one. Definitely the incident of the race, so it's... Green is out there in the lead, doing a very, very good job, and I think he's going to get away. We're on lap 7 of 8. Slash and DM coming round that corner there. Ankara is up into 4th place. Of course, that's because of Begerio and Pure GT sideways. Fabia and Freddy Cat sideways still having a real ding-dong. Mental Hobnob is in that equation as well. I mean, look at the state of that. This may be fighting for 8th, 9th, 10th, but it's a hell of a ding-dong. Mental Hobnob brushing the back of sideways again. I think sideways must be getting a bit sick of the argy-bargy that he's got, but he has got a good haul of points from the other race. So it's very close between those cars, as you can see. Freddie actually qualified second to last, so this is a very good performance from Freddie. As I said, it was quite surprising to see him so far down, but he's holding his own there. So if I can just get back with the leaders again, Green out in the lead, Slash still defending from DM. Ankara in the meantime should be closing in on the gap, which he is doing, going around the same corner there. I think we'll see Fabia coming around that corner. And then the ensuing battle here between Sideways and Freddy Cat. So back up to the leaders. So we're on board with Green. He's got a nice healthy lead there. Will DM try to outbrake Slash at any moment in time? Both of the cars sideways round the corner. Very skillful driving from both the contingents there to keep the thing in a straight line. Slash a master with the setups. And DM not a master with the setup since his first 2 round performances. I think DM is definitely going to be sticking with the default setting, as it seems to be working pretty well for him. So it is very close. We've got in the pits Pure GT Lord in the pits and Freddy Cat. Now I wonder if we had did we have it coming together? Definitely, they've got damage. So that's going to be a rewind moment. I want to find out what happened. We'll go back one more. So a quick replay of this, let's just have a look. So we've got in front there, we've got GT Lord and Freddy Cat. Now we know there was some obvious incident, some coming together, neither of them have got damaged. Now he's going for the overtake. Will Freddy anticipate that and give him room? Or he's sticking his nose in, is it an outbreak? He's got a bump, and oh no, it's Fabia! Fabia has come off. What happened to Fabia? Sorry, I'm going to have to rewind that. I want to find out what happened to Fabia. We have rewound slightly too fast. Well, we haven't actually. We've only got 1 straight to go, but that's quite surprising, quite upsetting really for Fabia. Holding a nice 5th place after qualifying in 9th, you know. That's a big improvement. I mean, this guy's jumped 4 places. So as we see him, it must have been just a spin. He's by himself. He must have just lost control, and then of course, as they come round the corner, I don't think Freddy Cat and Hobnob and the rest of the ensuing pack has got anywhere to go. So let's just have a look what did happen. You can see the pack behind there, as we see. Oh yeah, he's just kicked out. Masses of oversteer on the grass. Round he goes, and then he's lying in wait. There's nothing he can do, and then boom, he just gets collected. That's a great shame, to be fair. Very unfortunate for Fabia. So we're on lap 7 of 8. Slash still holding from DM. We're going to stick. Oh, we're on lap 8 of 8. This is the final lap. So Green is going to win this, barring problems. There you can see Freddy Cat and Lord into the pits. Oh, kick of oversteer again from Slash as he goes round there. Will DM be on it? Oh, now DM's getting sucked in. This is for 2nd and 3rd places. DM's alongside, and Slash is forced to give him that little bit of room. He'll try the cutback maybe. Will he stick him out the outside? Now Slash is very good at doing that, but unfortunately not on this occasion. So DM up into 2nd. Can he hold that for the rest of the lap? Ankara by himself doing a wonderful job in 4th. So Slash from DM, who's going to get 2nd place. These are for the last 2 podium positions. I wonder how Begerio's doing actually. By himself, Freddy Cat by himself after that incident. Everyone else is by themselves, so this is it. This is the battle on track on the final lap. We've got about 3/4 of the lap to go. And it's DM just holding off from Slash. 2 very respectful drivers and great mates off the circuit as well as on the circuit. 2 veterans at Viaru. Now Slash is just behind. Can he make a move? We've only got about 1, 2, 3, 4 corners to go now. 2 big heavy braking points, so Slash not making the move here. We just saw Green's car flicking underneath there, so he's well out in the lead. Slash has got damage, interestingly enough. An Anchor there, nearly losing it. Let's have a look here. This is Slasher's last opportunity. He's winding the thing up. Is DM going defensive? No, he's not, because Slasher's not close enough, so DM's not feeling the need to do that. So as they go into... Oh, and Slasher's done what Fabia's done. It's a break, and it's a... Oh, no, it's a kick of oversteer, understeer. And he's in the wall. Oh, my goodness me. It's drama here on the final lap, and that's given Anchor a third place. This will be a historic moment, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Anchor's first ever podium at VR Room. Fantastic stuff. So Green come across the line to win, followed by DM in second, followed by Anchor in third. That's one up for the books. Well done. Very unfortunate for Slash, but he's got the thing going again, and he's going to come through in fifth. Mental Hobnob in sixth. Pagerio unlucky there in seventh, and Lord and Freddie they're well behind actually, bless them, having that incident when Fabia spun. Genovi retiring unfortunately, so thank you very much indeed for watching. I've been Dave Higgins, and this has been a VRroom.org production. I'll be back very soon to give you the next rounds. Thanks for watching.